especially recording this video today. I'm going to tell you the reason in a while. Somebody asked me on an email that so many people feel that this twin flame journey or this whole experience is so beautiful and serene. And I agree with that, but at times it doesn't feel like that. And there is so much drama happening in the connection, and probably the love is not returned the way we feel that love for another person. And is it really normal to feel like this? Because at certain level, I do understand how beautiful this feeling is or this journey is, but I don't end up feeling like that all the time. And I felt that this was a very, very important question, and it kind of prompted me to actually make this video today. So what I really want to say over here is it is very true that most of us are going through a certain experience when we meet this person and we really start feeling overwhelmed and have this intense love for this person. Somewhere our human mind is also expecting that reciprocation from the other side, but not necessarily you are receiving with the same intensity you expect it to be. I feel all this experience is a part of this journey where you are learning certain spiritual lessons about what love is, and all these ups and downs or negative, positive emotions you are feeling while going through this experience are very natural. It's very normal or natural for anybody to feel like that. At times it is painful, at times it is blissful. So it is a mix of all these things. So it's very natural, it's normal. That is what I would say as an answer to this question. Going a bit little deeper in this answer, I also want to share little bit of experience from my personal journey. Like when I met my twin flame and I was going through the initial phase of my journey, I was in my teens, we both were single, we were not talking to each other. So I used to see my twin flame from the distance, but we were not talking to each other for almost 5 years. After that, I went for my master's in another city. So we were also physically completely away from each other. I was not even able to see him around me in any way. So in this particular period of 5 to 7 years of my initial journey, when we were completely separated and not in contact, I have felt the most serene moments, or I have felt the most serene emotions, one of the most beautiful moments or emotions or feelings towards him, when he was not even caring about me, he was not in love with me, he was not looking up to me. In fact, he was completely in the opposite state of mind. So, what I feel is that it is very important to settle down the mud which you are creating in your mind by chattering inside with your ego mind every day. Oh, this happened, that happened, he said this, he didn't say this. Or there are so many things which are coming to our mind, and there is so much of clutter in our mind. So much that because of that noise which is happening in our head, we cannot really feel our pure emotions, or we cannot really feel this connection in its purest form. So somewhere I thank my first initial separation, because in that separation period, even though it didn't seem to be working out in any way, if you really look at it in a conventional manner, I have experienced the most amazing, serene, very deep, very pure, very divine feelings for my twin flame. And somewhere that built a great foundation for me in my spiritual journey as well as with this twin flame connection. What I really want to urge everybody is look into settling down the mud inside your mind, because unless and until you do that, you won't be able to feel and experience the serene and most beautiful and amazing feelings which you have towards your twin flame. And it's the most amazing experience of this life. Even when it is in separation, I have enjoyed a lot in this journey, being alone, being in separation, but still being truly, madly, deeply in love with my twin flame and feeling those amazing divine feelings in my heart. Now, coming to this particular reason, like why I chose today to share this particular video because today my twin flame completes his second death anniversary. So 2 years back he passed away, and he's completing 2 years of passing. And there is so much that has happened in these 2 years. And I also want to share another learning or experience which is also related to what I just shared, is that since last 2 years, most of my mind clutter has been completely closed because he's not here in the physical, right? So all these contemplations which any human being could have, that oh, why he is not replying or why is he ignoring me. Of course, we were not standing at that juncture where we were doubting each other or we were getting triggered by each other. We were completely in harmony. But when I was at that juncture in my life, when he was around and I used to constantly question myself, or I would doubt whether he really cares for me or not, or does he love me enough or not, all that mud got settled because for last 2 years he was not physically around. And what really remained in my heart was the pure divine feeling. And as he started communicating with me from the spirit, okay, the kind of communication I now have with him is completely different in nature, right? It's definitely not in a similar manner the way I used to have with him when he was in the physical. So when it comes to having this whole realization, and there have been so many things which I have been processing as a pain, I have been contemplating as rethinking or re-evaluating, revalidating certain things. When I used to ponder upon the past after he passing away, I started realizing that, oh my God, like so many times I have been doubting this guy, but he was full of love. Like I started realizing the depth of his love after he passed away. I started realizing how truly, madly, and deeply he cared for me, how much he loved me, and in what all ways he loved me. I started realizing after his passing. And I cannot describe that in words, what sort of feeling it is to find somebody like that who gives you that feeling of being loved, that, oh my God, like you are divinely, purely, serenely loved by somebody without any judgment, without any condition. And I started feeling that after he passed away. Probably as I have been feeling his spirit after he passed, that also could have been a great contribution to that feeling which I started getting. But it also gave me this realization that there was so much of mud around when I was going through this journey, and it was that clutter of my ego or that mind chatter or the noise of my mind that was diluting the purity or the serenity or the divinity of that connection. And today, I really want to take this chance, especially on this day, because I'm remembering him, I'm feeling him more strongly today, as I have been thinking about him since yesterday very strongly, because this was the day, 2 years back, this was his last day on this planet. Somewhere I'm feeling so grateful, so empowered, so blessed by having this man in my life, either physically and also non-physically. And I think everybody needs to look at their connection with this aspect, that have you settled the mud of your mind to actually feel the divinity and the love which your twin flame is holding for you in your heart. So that is all for today. See you in the next video.